Hello everybody, just a quick video to say why I haven't uploaded any videos just recently, and I've got one out for this weekend, but I've only half filmed it and I need to finish it off basically. So I'm sorry there's no video for this weekend. I'll tell you why. Probably noticed from the title of the video, oh no, it's happened again. Well, it has. I'm talking about deer. It all started off with a wheel bearing going on my van on the front, and so I ordered a couple of wheel bearings, and then I needed the kit to fit them, to push the old bearings out and all the rest of it, the whole kit. So I ordered that as well, and I got them delivered to my son's address because he works from home, so he's always there. And I got notification of the tracking that it had been delivered, so off I went on the 350 Bullet, the one with the panniers on, because it's the only thing I've got that'll carry anything. So I'm heading off. It's about 20 miles across country, not a great distance, but it was about 7 o'clock at night, and I set off, and I got going down this long, straight, wide country road. Nobody on it. Rush hour had finished, and but I got the headlight on full beam, and in the distance I could see deer crossing the road, and I thought, whoa, gonna have to give that a slow down. There was three. I saw three, and they were big, and I thought, there'll be more than three. I remember thinking that when I was riding down the road, and I was slowed down to about 30 miles an hour. And I thought, anyway, just then a car came round the corner at the bottom of the lane towards me, and he was going for it. He was doing about 65, 70, I guess. And just, I mean, it didn't worry me. I mean, he's coming in the opposite direction. Just as he gets almost level with me, there's an almighty great bang. I mean, a massive crunch bang, you know, and I'm thinking, well, I didn't have time to think, because the next thing you know, I'm nearly off the bike with horrendous pain in my foot. And I'm trying to get my wits together and stay on the bike. I don't know how I stayed on it, but I felt the back wheel run over the deer. What he'd actually done, he'd come up there and there was a straggler crossing the road, another deer, and he'd hit it straight on the front, and it catapulted that deer diagonally across the road and straight into the path of me. And afterwards I remember wobbling to a stop and thinking, Jesus, what was that? My foot, what's the matter? I've done something to my foot real bad. And I remember stopping, coasting to a stop, and putting it on the side stand and just collapsing on the verge. And he'd stopped about 200 yards up the road with his hazard lights on, and I could see him walking around his car in the light of his own headlights, surveying the damage. I expect it nearly wrote the car off, I expect. But they were red deer. They weren't fallow deer, they were red deers, because red deer have got the spiky antlers. Fallow deer have got the flat. If you looked over down a fallow deer with antlers, the antlers would be flat, like my hands are now. But these were red deer, and they can grow up to about 500 and something pounds. Now, they might look fluffy and cuddly and that, but I can assure you they're not. You run into one of those, it's like driving straight into the side of a pickup truck. They don't give at all. They've got the density of a pig, you know, I mean, it's just insane. So I'm piecing it together what's happened. So he's hit this deer, and it's come across the road diagonally, and it hit the footrest. Well, my foot was on the footrest, so what it had actually done is it bent my foot down and round the footrest, and then taken the footrest back. I mean, the footrest was actually bent level with the run of the downpipe. That's how much force that hit that, and that's at 30 miles an hour. And I thought, I don't know what I've done. I've done something serious to my foot. So after a while, I got my thoughts together, and I thought, all I can do is ride something. All I can do, but I can't get any gears because it's a right-hand shift and it's my right foot. So I reached down in neutral, pulled the clutch in, pulled it in up into first, and then I was very carefully using my heel on my right foot to change up, because it's 1 up, 3 down. And being the Bullet is a real old slogging tool, I managed to get the extra 6 miles to his house in top gear. And I pulled up, and he pulled up on his drive at the same time that I did. And he said, "Oh, hello, you all right?" I said, "Not really, no." I said, "I've just had a bit of a spectacular bingle with a deer." And he got his phone out and his torch, and he was looking at it. He said, "Look at your footrest." And it was literally bent parallel with the exhaust pipe. Anyway, he went in and got a rubber mallet, and we beat it straight. And he said, "Come in and have a cup of coffee, come on." So I went in, had a cup of coffee, and I said, my daughter-in-law was there. I said, "I need to take my boots off to come in." She said, "No, don't take your boots off." She said, you'll probably not get it back on." So I said, "Well, as long as you're sure you don't mind me in there with that." So anyway, I had a cup of coffee with him. And he said, "I don't think you're going to be able to carry these parcels on your bike." And I said, "Why not?" He said, "Well, you feel the weight of this one." I thought, that's too much for one pannier. That'll pull the mountains off. He said, "Look, why don't you just put all the stuff into the back of my car, and I'll run you home. Leave your bike here." I said, "Yeah, but how am I going to pick it up?" He said, "Well, when you get your van done, come up and pick it up with your van." I said, "Yeah, okay." So why the title of the video, "Oh no, it's happened again"? Well, this is the second time. The first time was quite a few years ago now. I was on a little 883 Harley Sportster, which I bought new. And I was going to work at Andy Tin and Classics, like I normally did. So it'd been about mid-November. And I went round this corner on this country lane, and there was a red deer stag standing in the road. And I'm just thinking, phew, that was close. Anyway, because it jumped over the fence, over the hedge, sorry, on my right. And I thought, that was close, I don't want to run into that thing. But the doe was in the ditch on the left-hand side of me, and it jumped out of the ditch and went across me. And I was doing about 40 then, and it took me straight off the back of the bike. And I just remember the bike crashing into an oak tree and bending all the forks up without me on it. And I remember laying there thinking, I was worried I was going to die, and then I was worried I wasn't going to die. But I could hear a car coming, and I could not move. I was just lying on my back in the middle of the road, and I just could not move. And I just shut my eyes, and I just thought, listening to this car coming, and it was going for it. It had quite a loud pipe on it, and he was really going for it. And I thought, I'm not going to make this. This guy's going to come around the corner. He's not going to be able to stop. He's just going to run me over. And I remember shutting my eyes, waiting for it. And then I heard this shriek of tyres. And I smelt the rubber as he went past. And then there was this patter of footprints all coming up the road, you know, the guy's running, "Are you all right, mate?" I said, no, I can't move. Well, the next guy that turned up was a doctor. And he knew exactly what to do. Don't take his helmet off, don't loosen any clothing, don't move him. And the ambulance come, and I spent 3.5 weeks in hospital with 2 compressed vertebrae, T7 and T6, which shortened me. I used to be 6'7", now I'm only 6'6". So that was the first time that I'd had an intermingle with deer. And I'll tell you what, by God, you know that you've hit them. You really do. So I've decided now I'm not going to ride at night time anymore unless I absolutely have to. It's just too dangerous. I mean, these deer have got to epidemic proportions now. There's herds of them, absolutely herds. Around here there's a herd of 7. See them regularly. They all come out in the evening, and first thing in the morning. They're the worst times for them. And at night time you can't see them. They're all there. They're all patrolling the verges of the roads and everything, and they suddenly just appear from nowhere, and you've got no chance. I mean, everywhere I go I see a dead deer on the side of the road. You know, I think that's another car smashed up. They're everywhere. Every single road around here has got dead deer on the side of the road. So that's the reason I haven't made a video for this weekend. I can show you what I've done. That's my foot. Got some fair old bruises on it. and it hurts like hell. I still can't put any weight on it, and I can't get a boot on because my ankle's all swollen up. I've probably done a lot more than I thought I've done to it, but there we go. So just an update really. Hope you're all having a splendid time at the weekend here. It's Saturday evening, and I can't drive my van because there's a wheel bearing gone, and I can't put any pressure on the brake pedal unless I brake with my left foot, and that's totally alien to me. So I can't. I'm stuck really. I mean, the only bikes I can ride is the classic 350s because they're left-hand shifts. I can use my heel on the brake pedal if I have to, and they're electric start. So. Yeah, but I'll say I'll be back very short. I'm not going anywhere, and I'll be making content before you know it. So don't start doing stupid things like unsubscribing and that, thinking I'm done, because I'm not, and I'm coming back. But that's the reason why. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll catch up with you very shortly. Bye bye.